Hey everyone, my name is Alex, and today is the day I finally review Book of Mormon. I saw it a few weeks ago, and I kind of had a lot to say about it, so that actually inspired me to make this series. So I'm super excited today. I'm so ready to talk about this show. I will say this review will be spoilers free, like free of spoilers. So if you're watching this to kind of get a feel of the show, don't worry, I will not spoil anything, any major plot points or jokes. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. The Book of Mormon was written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. You may know them as the guys that created a little TV series called South Park. It's about two Mormon missionaries called Elder Price and Elder Cunningham who get assigned a village in Africa as their mission site. So they both try to minister to people in their own way, but they both get nowhere, and Elder Price becomes frustrated and really discouraged. His friend Elder Cunningham decides to help him out and starts making up wild stories and claims they're in the Book of Mormon. Now, this draws in people, and people start taking it seriously, his stories, so this causes a lot of things to get out of control, and well, you better be ready for plenty of real moments and belly laughs. This show is a parody of modern religion and society in general. And for any of those who know South Park, that is Matt and Trey's style. So a lot of things worked for this show. The staging is strangely beautiful. For a comedy, for a parody, it's very beautiful. And it works on all levels. So we start in a Mormon training school, which is like pristine and pretty, and then we end up in an African village, which is not that pretty. But both locations transport the audience. Like I was drawn in to the world of the show. And the set moves so seamlessly. I've never seen a live show with such smooth transitions between scenes. It was great that way. The sound and lighting design also played a huge role in the immersion, because the lights, sounds, and everything never took me out of the show. There's some shows I've seen that kind of, some moments take me out of it because there's like flashy lights that don't belong, but this show didn't do that. It was actually really good. The show kept my attention, which, as a person who has studied theater, and also probably has ADHD, that is hard to do. It's hard to keep my attention, especially when I feel like I've seen it all. That's just because I usually think about all the elements, how it is backstage, how they come up with the script, choreography, etc. Speaking of choreography, the choreography itself is very well done too. So when a character moved, they always had purpose, and it never felt staged. Very fluent, very purposeful. Transitions between scenes were, again, flawless, and it never took me out of the moment. Some shows, you wait 30 seconds for a scene change, and then by that time your mind's somewhere else, and then you have to get back into the show. The show didn't do that. And the dancing, all the dancing was surprising because it was all very well choreographed. Overall, it was surprisingly intricate and beautiful for a show that's basically all parody. Okay, so I'm a fan of South Park. I have watched every episode to date, but even in that show, the humor is hit or miss for me. Same with Book of Mormon. Some of the humor had me belly laughing, while some had me cringing. Don't get me wrong, it is a funny show. I guarantee it's a funny show. It's just, some jokes weren't funny to me. That is just my experience and doesn't mean it'll be your experience. Some of the humor was hit or miss with me, and that's with South Park as well, so I kind of expected that. I kind of expected some jokes not to land for me. Okay, just as a disclaimer before I continue, this is just my opinion. It's totally fine if you don't agree with me. My personal picks for the 3 worst songs were Salt Lake City. This song is sung by the young woman in the village who gets swept up in Elder Cunningham's lies, and this number, she's kind of dreaming of paradise, the paradise that she's been told about. Salt Lake City, Utah. So when she's told about Salt Lake City, she thinks it's a version of heaven because Elder Cunningham has told her it's a version of heaven. And she pronounces it Salt Lake City. So that's the song. And I believe sung by the right actress, this song can be charming and cute and funny. But when I saw it, it was just boring. It was pretty, you know, the woman that sung it, she was, you know, doing a good job and everything, but it was just a boring song. Number 2, 2 by 2, ironically. 2 by 2 is the second song in the show, and it follows the Mormons at the Mormon Training Center as they get paired up for their missions. And it's a pretty fun song. It's catchy, but this song kind of bored me as well because it takes one joke and keeps doing it. Like it keeps doing it. That's why for me, I personally didn't like this song. It's one of the songs in the show that I kind of was glad when it was over. I was like, okay, we get to see their missions or their mission or whatever. So I was actually glad when the song ended. Number 1.
Spooky Mormon Hell Dream.
Ugh, this song. I plain didn't like this song. So basically it's a dream that Elder Price has where he goes to hell because he's not a good Mormon. It's a flashy but kind of dark number. It features figures such as like Hitler and Stalin and those kind of like bad people that should be in hell. And it just felt like for that 3 to 6 minutes you're watching a completely different show. South Park did this a lot and does this a lot where it will be a normal formula and then it goes off the rails. This kind of feels like what it did. Tone really shifted and it really took me out of the show. And my pick for the 3 best songs are number 3, Turn It Off. This song features the other Mormon missionaries in Africa, and it's about suppressing negative feelings and past trauma and just kind of burying that deep. And it's really funny. Like, it's a funny song because it's sort of relatable. We've all had those moments where we've had to say, oh yeah, somebody died in my family. And just kind of smile, give a thumbs up, you know. So it's one of those songs that's funny because it is relatable in some ways. It flows really well into the story, surprisingly, because it doesn't feel like it's just plopped in there. It kind of follows the plot a little bit. It's obvious that it's a filler song, but it works, if that makes sense. Plus, the dancing is just so hilarious and great. It's like wonderfully choreographed. Number 2, I Believe. I Believe is a song sung by Elder Price, declaring his beliefs and passion for his religion and his mission. It's a funny but passionate song that never fails to make me like feel something, you know, like even though it's kind of a funny song, you feel the passion. And the actor that sung it when I saw it was great at this song. I heard a little bit of it before, but yeah, he really brought that passion and that just love into the song. It's also kind of a pretty song as far as music and lyrics go. You know, it's all about, you know, believing in what you're doing and believing in yourself and your passion. So it's kind of a fun song. And number 1, Hasadiga Ibawai. So this song probably should not be my favorite.
But
I find it's the most fun, hilarious, and catchy songs in the show to me. Basically what happens is Elder Price and Elder Cunningham come to Africa and they have their luggage stolen. So one of the villagers try to make them feel better with a phrase. Kind of like Hakuna Matata, but not. And I won't spoil the joke. But it had me laughing the whole time. And I was humming it long after I left the theater. So this is one of those songs that I still sing to this day. I still sing it way too often. It's just a fun song, okay? Overall, I thought this show was a good time. The theme of religion, faith, and not taking life too seriously can resonate with anyone. It's a parody that aims to reflect society and poke fun at it. There are some parts that didn't work, but as a whole, the show will leave you feeling just hopeful about society. Disclaimer, there is strong language, so I do not suggest this for kids at all. But yeah, I like the show, and I hope Matt and Trey continue doing projects like this one because they're really good at kind of turning a mirror to the world and making the mirror kind of like, or making the world kind of look in the mirror and go, oh, that's how we are, okay. This show in particular parodies religion and how people take it way too seriously sometimes. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of Book of Mormon. Next up is Come From Away. I'm excited. As of recording this, I'm seeing it Saturday. I'm recording this on Thursday. I'm seeing it Saturday. So I am excited to see it, and that would be my next video. See you guys later.